So very good morning, students. So welcome back to this next topic on human resource analytics series 2. And we're going to move to the topic from unit 5. And the topic is a very interesting topic of storytelling with visualization. So we all know how stories really are really create a lot of interest in us. So even when we are as a child, and today also, when anything is told in a very story form, so the level of interest really goes up. So storytelling is actually a very important methodology, which is actually used in a wide wide area of applications. So be it might be a investor pitch, might be a sales pitch, or convincing an employees or a HR, everything. There's a lot of, this is a very new, this is a very innovative, it's not a new concept. In fact, it's a very old concept, but it's very effective. So here we want to do storytelling with visualization. And visualization is a very important area with respect to data analytics or business analytics, as we call, because once you represent any insight in the form of a data, then what happens, the level of understanding really goes up. Okay, they always show a slogan, a picture is worth 1,000 words. So that is why now we're going to merge storytelling with respect to visualization, and the topic is visualization technique. So without further ado, let us get into the topic. So data visualization techniques are actually help you to understand the patterns, the trends, and the outliers. An outlier is nothing but when you have a, for example, if a data of students where you have weight of 60 students in a kilograms, and if you see that averagely the average students, the weight is 50 to 60. Suppose you have a data of 120, that means it's very clear that there is an error in measurement. So that is an example of an outlier data. In some cases, outliers can be a real genuine data, and there are very statistical methods how to deal with all this stuff. So data visualization techniques, these are the various data visualization techniques. You have this plain bar charts, which we have been doing from our school days, bar charts, histograms, and like pie charts. So these are very familiar to us, bar charts, pie charts, and histograms. Now, this scatter chart is a very innovative tool. So is a heat map, as well as your box plots, as well as your hex bin plots and area plots. So these are also the various data visualization techniques. There's a lot more, but these are some of the prominent ones where they are used quite widely. And what are the benefits of data visualization is you can identify the patterns in business operations and identify the business trends and relate that to data. And the storytelling and decision making, understand the current business insights and setting the goals, and operational performance analysis, and increase the productivity of the manufacturing unit. So these are some of the benefits of data visualization. And one of broad area with respect to data when you're going to use analysis for data visualization is univariate analysis, where the variable is also going to be one single variable. For example, a violin plot, a box and a whisker plot, and a distribution plot. This is a univariate. And a bivariate is actually when you have two or more variables. For example, you have an x and y axis, two variables, a scatter plot, bar plot, as well as a line plot. Now, multivariate analysis is actually where you have more than two variables. So that is actually what is the real world situation we will have, where we'll have more than two variables. So multivariate. These are some of the types of analysis for data visualization. And in bivariate analysis, there's a lot of, these are some of the examples of bivariate analysis. Broadly, we can divide that into a descriptive as well as an inferential. And in descriptive is a two-way table, and a graph is a descriptive, and inferential where you're going to use a sample and and infer about the population, where you have parametric and non-parametric tests. And coming back to the descriptive, in the two-way table, a percentage frequency distribution is a two-way table. Graphs, box plots, scatter plots, line chart, and bar charts are example of a graphs and a descriptive analysis. Now, parametric test is actually the when the variable, the distribution of the variable is normal. In non-parametric, it is not normal. For example, correlation, regression, one way ANOVA is actually a parametric. Non-parametric test, for example, Kruskal-Wallis test, as well as statistical goodness of tests, Goodman-Kruska schema, so McNamara test. These are all coming under the non-parametric test. And importance of context. Context is very important. So context is actually the environment which actually you do the data visualization. That's a very important. So the context is very, very important. The context at which you use the data visualization. And this is a step by step of the data visualization process. One is actually the once you collect the data, then what happens? Then what happens? Then you got to clean your data. This is a very, very, very important point. So cleaning a data, there's a lot of steps like data imputation, data transformation, data validation, and choose a chart type. So you're going to see which type of chart is going to be beneficial, and then one is actually going to prepare the data, right? Then you're going to give the structure to the data. So combining variables, creating new columns, and all this stuff is going to take place, and then the final step, you're going to visualize the data. So once you visualize the data, then in terms of charts or graphs or whatever the type of visualization tool you have chosen, then that is going to come in. And 5 effective data visualization techniques actually use orders and layouts, use network diagrams, include comparisons, and tell your tale. Okay, and while you are communicating or tell your tale, and visual tools is definitely very, very important with respect to, in fact, data visualization. You have to have a visualization tool, but choose something which is very, very appropriate for the data. So that is the thing. So we are given a very simple view of it, data visualization techniques, and we have covered a very simple, effective various methodologies in data visualization and various types of data visualization tools. So I hope you had a very clear understanding. So I look forward to the next section interacting with you, and thank you very much for your patient listening.